Let's try this again, my phone crapped out. I'm doing a quick look at this Baumr-AG sx62, just one of the Chinese Zendoa clones. It's a generic saw, so to speak. This is a Mark III, it's a late edition. I used to have a Mark II 45, and the handlebars are different because they had a stipple effect on them, which were a pain in the butt. So they got rid of that. Nice smooth handle, other than a molding edge which you can get off, but it's actually rubber. I can give them pops for that. And they made the handle bigger. The old handles used to be really skinny, but it's a different case for a lot of the other ones. I'll show you. If I fall over my crap here and get in there, that's a Yukon there. Oh, that's boring. That's a Yukon 58 that has the cast base plate in the back of the engine in the tank, and a much skinnier handle of the trigger lock. That's the old pattern. We've got the shitty little switch up here, which are terrible. This is what they call a better pattern. There's no cast plate there. It's been removed off the saw. They actually have a proper plastic one here. But these Mark IIIs have the fuel tank gauge inside, so I like that feature. Zeus! Shush! Shush! One thing I don't like about these. Shh! This whinger is the air filter. Come on. It doesn't have a seal in here, so it tends to eat a bit of poo-poos. So I've got to figure out where it's leaking from and remedy that. Usually just a bit of silicone around there. It's usually what does it. Or it's just pulling fines from somewhere. If possible, I want to upgrade it to what's like on that power bar down there. They take the actual filters. So yeah, it's the same style saw, so I can maybe pinch that and stick it on that and get an air filter for it, because this is why this is cut out for the air filter. Yeah, you can see the remnants of the old switch there and the body before they bring it down here. These old switches were terrible, so I'm going to take this outside and give it a play. I just filed it. These free-wing. They got free-wing marks on these chains, and these chains are shit. Like every one of these is different hardness. Like this side, the hardness on the rakers is harder than the tooth, but the other side they're soft. So there's two different batches of chaining mixed together, and some of them don't even come up halfway over the other side. So if you buy one of these, you're best off replacing the chain. But buy a power head if you can, and buy your own chain. Like you go get a any Zendoa chain which will fit. Husqvarna sells them. I use the Pro Cut ones myself. I reckon they're a better chain and bar. You just buy them as a kit and just stick them on. GA Spare sell them, I believe. But these ones from China have always been sloppy since new, and the chain's sloppy as well. You know, it's got bad geometry all the way through. You know, there's hard spots. You know, when you hard spots, you're just gonna wreck good files, and you can't even use a cheap file, because a cheap file will just go zip and it's done. So you're best off putting a good chain on it. And this will do for the time being. But yeah, well, I picked this up as no compression, but I don't think the bloke knew how to start it, or just didn't care, because it's one of these weird bump starts on it. So you got to half gauge it and pull on it. It's a weird mech. If you're not used to it, it will come back and annoy you. It's only got a Torch brand spark plug in it, so that's nothing too fancy. Only a poo-poo thing. Poo-poo thing for poo-poo saw. If it blows up, it's $25 for a new piston cylinder kit here in Australia, shipped to me door. So $14 if I buy it off Timu, but at least there might be a buyer from on eBay here in Australia with all the rainbow effects in his thing. They're actually genuine parts, so I'll go outside and give this a whirl. here's some 12-inch wattle. That's alright. That's seasoned, that's where they go in the fire. So she cuts alright in the gum. I'll take over to the wattle. Well, that seems to be whirling. This is not very good chain, but seems to cut alright though. It's hungry, but this chain's not. It's just not letting it. It's just a bad chain. But that timber's ready to burn, so that's nice and hard. So that's 8-inch gum. So you could say that's what, 10-inch pine. There. I'll take it out and do some decent cutting off tomorrow and the bigger stuff. Until then, this is my short little video on this guy. It's a good enough saw for homeowner, but it's not. Don't think you're buying a $1,000 chainsaw. You're buying a $150, $200 saw. You can't buy a good saw. Heck, I saw a nice 2065 for sale today, 250 bucks. But like anything though, if you know how to fix a saw or know how to work around, you know, mechanically minded, you can fix these. Are they worth fixing? Under warranty? Probably not. But you say that though, but you know, you've got a good saw and only a bit of plastic brakes. I've seen plenty of 80 Husqvarnas and Stills brake, brand new plastics. Go on eBay, just buy yourself a new one, direct from the manufacturer, or import I should say. Oh no, manufacturer, AliExpress. You know, the only thing I don't like is your finger can get caught up in there, and that edge there is sharp. So I might have to get there and have a bit of a file, or wear a glove on my hand, just like a soft leather glove. Besides that, that's the only issue I've got with it. I do like the fuel tank reservoir on the side. That's actually quite handy. Yeah, it's a clean example for one of these type of saws. It's one of the top of tier of the Chinese stuff. Not quite a pearl bar, but it's getting there. You know, she's going to wear hard like this one. Like this one hasn't spent time doing anything. This was clean when I got it, so yeah. I'm going to finish up the rest of my wood.